Singapore's general election this year marked shifts in the political landscape, delivering new records, renewed mandates, and a new generation of MPs, from decisive wins to closely watched. Back at the key moments of GE2025 and hear from first-term MPs stepping into public life. Sherlyn Seah with this story.
2025's defining political event in Singapore, the general election. Over 2.4 million votes were cast on the 3rd of May. There were to be 97 elected MPs, the largest number of parliamentary seats ever. The ruling People's Action Party secured 65.57% of the national vote, a gain of more than 4 percentage points from GE2020. The PAP also achieved over 75% of votes in 10 constituencies, underscoring decisive wins across its strongholds. For Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, it was his first election as PAP party chief, and one that delivered a stronger vote share, bucking the trend of softer results when a new Prime Minister takes office. Across the more closely watched wards, the PAP still held off strong challenges. In Tampines GRC, a four-cornered fight drew intense attention, but the PAP team retained the ward with just over 52% of the votes. In the newly formed Punggol GRC, considered a key battleground, the ruling party emerged victorious. Nomination day on the 23rd of April saw last-minute shifts, including the redeployment of Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim Yong to anchor Punggol, a move widely read as strategic positioning to face a tough contest against the Workers' Party. Singapore also saw its first walkover since 2011 in the newly formed Marine Parade Braddell Heights GRC. The WP, which contested in 2015 and 2020, did not field a team there this election, handing the PAP 5 seats unopposed. Meanwhile, the Workers' Party maintained its position as Singapore's key opposition party. It successfully retained all 10 of its elected seats, holding Aljunied, Sengkang and Hougang. 2 non-constituency MP positions also went to WP, scoring better as the so-called best losers. This effectively made WP the only other party in Parliament this term. Overall, GE2025 brought several notable milestones. Of the 99 seats in the current 15th Parliament, a record 32 are women, the highest number to date. Parliament is also seeing renewal with 29 first-term MPs. I caught up with a few of them to find out how they're settling in.
Hi, afternoon. Nice to meet you. I'm Jasmine.
It's a humid Saturday in Ang Mo Kio. This is where first-term MP Jasmine Lau has spent much of her year, on the ground and often on the move. But behind the easy rapport is a year she describes as intense.
It's also been actually a period of very deep learning, because I've also realized how much I don't know about. It can be community work, working with grassroots leaders. It can be about town council work, how the estate is managed. There were so many things that I didn't know and that I had to learn from scratch. So it's like Skills Future, huge Skills Future course for me, but that part also has been very enriching.
What has been equally fulfilling for her are the personal interactions with people.
I think we feed off each other's vibes, and then we both walk away feeling like your life has been changed or influenced in a different way. So those are particularly meaningful. Yeah. I mean, end of the day, when I go home and I look at my 2 kids, that also helps to tell yourself, actually all that we do can benefit our own loved ones. And so creating that Singapore that's better for everyone actually will help our own families as well. I mean, on a tough day, that reminder does help quite a lot.
Her days rarely look the same. One morning, she's delivering opening remarks at an industry conference. That afternoon, she's in discussions with school leaders. By evening, she's back in the estate, checking on residents. The unpredictability, she says, is part of the job. Ms. Lau is a Minister of State under the Digital Development and Information Ministry. She also looks after education policies, focusing on the younger groups, something she feels personally connected with.
Because my kids are younger, it's a little bit more relatable to me. And it also allows me to then engage the parents of these young children a bit more effectively. I think my focus for education is really about how do we ensure our children have an environment to grow up in that is safe, secure. It's not about always the academic achievements, but how do they learn human values.
Ms. Lau tells me she also holds the role of a class monitor for the class of 2025, the cohort of new PAP MPs. She says the fresh batch brings energy in their diverse range of causes. The past year has been nothing short of a whirlwind for the PAP's Syed Harun. The former nominated MP and psychiatrist traded clinical work for the demands of elected office. And in October, the added responsibility of being a senior parliamentary secretary. He says some weeks there are simply no rest days.
One of the most difficult aspects of it has been really trying to schedule and manage your time. I think everything that we do as a political office holder, as well as a member of parliament, is important to the people who are impacted by whether policy or by the day-to-day needs at the neighbourhood.
Dr. Harun tells me the pace can be demanding, but what keeps him going is seeing residents emerge from moments of crisis and knowing the support makes a difference.
It really drives us to be able to do more for our residents, and I would say more widely to Singaporeans in general. And that becomes a very reinforcing loop for us to then be able to look towards our day, and no matter how tough it may be, how long it may be, to give our best for our residents all the time.
He says the values he spoke up for previously, including social cohesion, remain central to his work today, even as his responsibilities grow.
Whether at the level of family, whether at the level of your floor, whether at the level of your neighbourhood, and then and juxtaposing that into the level of the country. So it continues to resonate with me that social cohesion remains as important as a key feature, and that's something that I will continue to pay attention to.
Elsewhere in Sengkang, the Workers' Party's Abdul Muhaimin is also on his own learning curve. He shares with me how the year has been physically demanding, far greater than expected. For example, weekly Meet the People sessions like these can run past 10 p.m. But it has been worth it.
To be able to help the residents of Sengkang, especially those that is enduring hardship or difficulties, or even when they do not know where to approach or who to approach. That's why I felt that I'm here to assist them in whatever they need.
Many who come to him are seeking help on some of the toughest issues.
So the issues are mainly financial difficulties, rejection of the BTO or citizenship applications, or even difficulty in finding new jobs. So I've realized that there are some residents who really are lost when it comes to looking for assistance or even guidance on how to proceed from one thing to another. So that's where I felt that this role as an MP is really beneficial to the society, and I hope that I can continue to serve the residents and to really guide them to the right agencies or even to any private organizations so that they can receive the necessary help.
For Mr. Abdul Muhaimin, another challenge lies not on the ground but in Parliament, understanding data gaps, crafting alternative policies, and preparing for debates with ministers.
As a first-time MP, the main thing that Mr. Pritang always highlighted to us is that always be prepared during your parliamentary session. So I'm always prepared, and I will have a lot of information ready just in case I were to be in a debate with a minister or MOS or SMS.
The MPs say their first year has been a crash course in people, policy and persistence. And while the challenges are different, the goal, they say, is the same: to serve and to keep learning.